And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Moon Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for today's episode of Marvel's Moon Knight Season 1, Episode 4. So, if you have not seen this episode, spoilers ahead, you've been warned. So go watch it, come back, and then we can discuss it. Okay, so in this episode, lots of things happened, especially the fact that Mark and Steven no longer have Khonshu to help them and guide them and actually give them the power of Moon Knight, due to the fact that now that Khonshu is pretty much a statue now, and it looks like the other gods are statues as well, thanks to Ethan Hawke's character doing his hocus pocus magic that he has, and also with that deal with that other Egyptian god. So there's something for that. While that's going on, you have Steven and the girl. They literally go to the temple where they try to find some information of how to not only try to figure out what his next plan, Ethan Hawke's next plan is, but also try to figure out a way to get the Khonshu out of whatever state he's in. Because now that he's no longer with Steven or Mark, they're kind of vulnerable, you know? I mean, without him protecting them, or the Moon Knight power protecting them, they get shot, they can die, you know, all that kind of stuff. So they need to be very careful about. So it basically becomes a whole mummy kind of adventure where they go into the tomb and things start happening where you might not expect, but then you see it, it's like, wow, they didn't know they would do that. Which means seeing creatures come to life, coming after them, taking people's body parts and putting them in jars. You know, typical Egyptian style stuff. But yeah, and then of course you see Mark. He eventually finds a tomb, which leads him to find the fact that it belongs to Alexander the Great, which is very interesting that he will be there. But I guess in real life he was an Egyptian pharaoh, so there's something for that. What does it mean that he was there as well? No idea. They do find a statue, though. They do find a statue, and it looks like... It doesn't look like Khonshu, but it looks like another Egyptian god statue. So, who could that be? No idea. But they just gotta figure out a way to break the spell, I guess, and try to free all of them. Because you see a whole bunch of the... Like these statues all over the tomb. Not the tomb that Mark was in, but in the beginning, when you see Ethan Hawke's character, he's just walking around and you see a background, and it looks like the background where all the Egyptian gods' avatars show up. It looks like all their spirits, all their, are trapped inside these little statues of themselves. So it looks like either they all got trapped there for centuries, or they did it themselves, or Ethan Hawke did it. So who knows? But it was very interesting. The last like maybe 10-15 minutes of this episode I really liked, due to the fact that we got to see Mark or Steven, depends on how you look at it, looked like they were in a mental hospital, where it made it look, I would assume that Ethan Hawke would have like tricked him in his mind to make it look like he was delusional the whole time. But yeah, because apparently Ethan Hawke's character, he ends up shooting Mark / Steven, and they get knocked out and they wake up in this mental hospital kind of thing. It kind of reminds me of if you ever saw the show not The Gifted, the one with Professor X's son, you know, when he was stuck in a mental hospital and he wasn't sure how to control his powers. That one. So it kind of reminded me of that a little bit with the whole Marvel thing. And I thought we were going to spend, the next 2 episodes in there, or next week's episode there. But who knows how far it'll go for that. But it was pretty interesting seeing the fact that Mark figured out like everything he's seen is fake, and he needed to get the heck out of there. So he ends up leaving. He ends up trying to find Steven, which he does. Liza's there as well, she's there, but she's kind of like one of those mental patients that doesn't really know what the heck is going on for real. So it's either she's actually there or a figment of his imagination. So we didn't get that far to see exactly what we got, but yeah. Then he finds him, they escape, and then they open one of the doors to reveal at the very end of the episode, Egyptian god Hippo, and it sounds like a girl. So either that's the god that, you know, Ethan Hawke's character's been looking for, or that's another one. No idea, but it is interesting to see Mark and Spector's and Steven's face like freak out at the end. So that was pretty interesting. Overall, I thought the episode was pretty cool. I do wish we would have spent more time in that, you know, mental hospital kind of thing to make it look like, oh, is he actually believing all this actually happened, or is this all in his head and he's actually in a mental hospital for real? And we just, what we see in him and his adventures in Egypt and all that is all in his mind. I would have liked to see more of that, but I guess not. We have to wait and see. Even though it's all an illusion, but I would have thought, as us, the artists, we would have been thinking, huh, is he really in these adventures, or all this, you know, 2 people, 3 people personalities, Moon Knight, all in his head, and he's stuck in there? You know, that could have been a cool big reveal, that he was stuck in there the whole time, and then Ethan Hawke's character's been tricking him the whole time just to get, you know, his power. But yeah, I do have one complaint about this episode, though. The fact that there was a moment where they're looking for the tomb. And, you know, understandable normally when, you know, in these adventure-type kind of films or television shows, you always have the good guy going after the you know, the treasure or whatever it is. And usually the bad guy goes after them because, you know, they'll be like, oh, let's follow them. They'll do all the traps for us. And we can find them, take them out, and then take the treasure for ourselves. I get that. But then what exactly is the point of the scarab? If the scarab is supposed to be like this map to lead to that tomb, which intentionally it is, so what was the point of just following Steven and Mark for? What was the point of all that? I just didn't quite get why he needed the scarab, just so that way he can get into the thing, when he can just had Mark do everything for him, figure out where this tomb was, so that way he can go in there and get what he needed. I don't know, something about stuff like that, kind of like, really? You're gonna go that way? But okay. But overall, I thought the episode was good. Can't wait to see more. 2 episodes left. So, yeah, we got like, no, 3 episodes left, I think. Yeah, 3 more to go, so, or 2 more, whatever it is. Anyway, we're almost done with this episode season, so, hopefully we get more. So leave me a comment below, let me know what you guys thought. Thank you very much, and have a good day.